When I needed to. That's quite encouraging for the clay, because you get to not to rely on your serves as much as maybe other surfaces. So it's good that to have a couple of free points there. And I thought I was really focused first set. I played really good first set, and I had a tough opponent, obviously quality opponent that plays good on clay. So for the first official match since Roland Garros last year was satisfying.
How easy do you find the switch to clay?
It takes some time. It's good that we had an extra week comparing to the schedule for last year's. From Miami, but it takes time. It takes at least a week to adjust to the movement and to switch the style of the game. You have to make a couple of adjustments, I believe. You have to be a little bit more patient in your rallies, but the way I've played today, I'm happy. I cannot be happier for the first official match after 8-9 months, and looking forward to the next one.
Any morning?
What do you expect from Djokovic? He tends to mix it up quite well.
Well, I think you expect the unexpected with him. He's a very talented player, but comes up with some shots that are not really typical for a tennis player. What you would expect. He comes up with some drop shots, and he changes the pace very much, and so that's why he's very dangerous on clay, which is a slower surface, and it gives him more time to come up with these shots. And so I need to be aware. I need to be disciplined tomorrow on the court. I need to try not to be frustrated with the rhythm that he comes up with.
Is he, do you think, the most unorthodox player there is on the circuit right now?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, maybe next to Tomic, and that's why their encounter today was interesting. Yeah.
And what especially is there something that he does that is so unusual? Is it the slice? I mean, the little kid as well. He serves so well.
He has, I think, tremendous speed, racket head speed, through his forehand, and he's very fast in his legs, so he can equally play well in defense as well as he plays in offense. So I don't think that he likes to get too much change of pace. So that's something that I'll focus on, and hope it works well.
Do you think you need to dictate? Is it something if you dictate against someone like that? You take away his threat?
Well, I don't think that I need to technically change or tactically change my game by big margins. Playing against Djokovic, I need to stay aggressive, a bit closer to the line, and adjust. Because I will expect him to play a lot of drop shots and slice, and try to change the pace, come to the net, and he has a good serve as well for somebody his height. So because of the acceleration from the legs, the speed that he has, he's a very dynamic player. So for him, it could go different ways. He can play 2-3 games incredibly well, but then he makes a lot of unforced errors. So I'm gonna have to stay patient.
Do you think that clay is his best surface?
His. I would think so, because it's, as I said before, it's slow and gives him time.
Two more questions, Lee.
Well, we all talk about and like to write about the possibility you'll win the French Open, first man for 50 years to hold all 4 Grand Slam titles. Do you ever think about that?
Well, there's been a lot of speculations about that, and I can't say that it ran next to me unnoticed. I definitely look it up as a challenge, obviously, and something that would mean a lot to me. And Roland Garros is one of my highest priorities for this year. But I always like to take one tournament at a time. So It's very important for me to start well here, get some matches under my belt on clay courts, and then there is Rome and Madrid. Obviously, they're very important where I defend the titles, and then coming up to Roland Garros. So we'll see how it's going to turn out.
Last English.
I believe you watched the Davis Cup. Yeah, can you talk a bit about John Isner's rise as a clay court player? I mean, have you been surprised by how well he's done in the Davis Cup?
Well, a little bit, yes. For somebody his height, and playing that well on clay and winning against Federer in Switzerland and here against Tsonga and Simon quite comfortably, as well, because for somebody his height, it's a bit surprisingly the way he moves on clay, and to play best of 5 as well as he did, you just have to congratulate him on that. But his top 10. His top 10 success this year and a couple of wins. He won against me in Indian Wells semi-finals and had really good tournaments. This is not too surprising for me because he has probably the biggest serve on the tour. People, I think, underestimate his second serve, which is, I think, even more efficient than the first serve. And I think he adjusted a couple of things in his game, maybe the movement and going for the shots more, and that's all he needs to do, because serve is out there and he can play equally well on any surface with that serve.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Serbian.